Welcome back, Rivals. This is Xonia, and you are in the zone. Today, we're going to be doing our 5 ELO matches again. So, this week, again, I really just want to say thank you so much to everyone. We've hit 100 subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and put up another small video type thing for you guys later to check out. It's kind of a way to say thank you for that. No major episodes this week. Sorry, guys. I've been really busy at work and haven't had time to really do anything else or try and prep anything. So, not able to get out any super amazing videos that you guys probably are the real reason that you come here for. But anyway, so today I wanted to go ahead and do a viewer request. One of the viewers on the last video requested that I do either a rescue or I don't remember what the other one was right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a rescue deck today. And so kind of in if you want to go ahead and skip ahead now, I know some of you don't want to watch the deck building, please feel free to go ahead and skip to the whatever it is. I'll have the thing up here. You can go ahead and skip to it. As kind of a nod to today being the thank you kind of video for 100 viewers, Rescue I think is an excellent choice because I can use my my namesake in today's deck, and we'll see if he helps at all, or if he's basically just a bunch of dead weight, like the real life one. Anyway, let's go ahead. Rescue, best copy only. Change it to 50, see how long it takes my poor old computer to actually get all of the cards to pop up here. So if we're going to be doing Rescue, then that means we're going to be mono this week. We're not going to have any other clans, just Rescue. The general way that most people play Rescue is old, and then play whatever you have left. There are obviously plenty of cards that I would love to put in. I've never played Rescue in ELO before, so I have no idea which cards are actually banned or not. I guess I should kind of look at the rules for that. So open the new tab, check out ELO bans. Well, just because you always see her everywhere, I'm going to use the find feature down here. Oh, fantastic. Anita is not ELO banned. Why is she not ELO banned? She is a horrible card. Not horrible card. She's horrible because I hate her so much because she's such a great card. What else do we have here that we could run? Well, anyway, I said I was going to go ahead and throw myself, my namesake, in. Thank goodness they made Scott LD. I thought they weren't gonna make anything after Scotty, and I was gonna have to remember myself as a rhinoceros forever, which actually isn't that bad at all. That wouldn't be a horrible result. Who else do we want? There are so many It's so hard to figure out who I want to put in here because there are just so many bans. Okay, well, I wish that they had, you know, if you manage to watch this one, I don't know why you would watch this one ELO video out of all of them, but if you do, please add the clan symbols next to these card names, because it's really hard, and when they're all from different clans and different orders, they're not in any real order. I can't even just kind of look for where the rescue names are and then search around and hope that something there is going to work out. Anyway, okay, so we've got a whole bunch of really annoying cards here that we can use. So, I really like Tina. Tina's pretty good. Sue is basically a staple 2-star. Everyone uses Sue. She's a really good. No, this will not be a budget deck. Oh no, someone said budget root. No, they said budget, didn't they? Ah, that's right, they said budget. Well, hopefully you don't mind me using Scott LD anyway. I'm gonna use Scott LD for budget. I guess I need to put this into cards mode, so let's stick this into cards mode and then we'll adjust accordingly. I'm gonna use Scott LD anyway for today because I think it's a really good really good card. I may actually go some of these on the market because, you know, I've noticed that a lot of these cards, their market prices seem to be much higher than normal, and I don't know if that's just because they actually have gone up significantly or not. Thankfully, Anita, I already knew since she's a 3-star common, she is a very common card, easy to throw in there. Okay, so let's look at a few more that we have here. I'm just going to click on all of the ones that are under 2K and hope that my computer doesn't explode at some point. Okay, no, I don't want to change the color scheme. Why would I want to change the color scheme? Oh, computers. Even though I studied you in college, you are still a mystery to me many, many days. Oh, Gordon is just outside the 2K reach. A lot of these are absolutely horrible cards that I would never use in a million years. Phoebe. Oh, Phoebe. Sequoia. Sequoia's under. Maybe I should level her. Surely. Expect her to be that low. Anyway, okay, good. Sue is still under 2K. Tanner, Wesley. Sorry, Tina. Too bad. Lots of good cards aren't going to get used. Okay, so let's go up here and look at which cards are absolutely horrible and there's no way I'm going to use them. Honestly, I don't like Ash because his max is way too low. He was one of the first heal cards that was ever released, so I'm not going to use him. Beverly is a stop card that I'm not going to want, especially if I'm going to end up running a nasty 5-star like Wolf because I don't have any other option with this clan. Denise is not an option. Frida is not an option with the horrible amount of life that they actually have. Let's see. Katrina, I'm not going to run her. Mark, there's not enough damage. Pam does not have enough power. Tanner is unstable with damage, so I'm not going to want to run him. Vinny is another stop card that I don't really want to keep in there. Lobo, 6 damage is so great, but only 5 power. I'm not going to run that in case I hit SOB. Lothar is actually a lot better than a lot of people give him credit for, but against SOB he's absolutely useless, so there's no way that I'm going to put him in my deck like that. Crash, there are plenty of other 2-stars I can use. Crash is going to have to get out of here for now. Let's see where we are right now. Honestly, I don't really want to put Bobby in there. 6'5", not bad, but not great either. Cleo I'd like to take out, but the problem is that I don't have any of the normal DR that you see in Rescue, because all of those cards are very expensive because they do so well. So Joanna is basically a lock. So we know Anita, Scott, Sue are definitely going to be in here. Joanna I definitely want in here. Larry is a great 2-star. Only 3 damage, but that's okay. Sequoia I don't have leveled, so I'm going to take her out, even though she would be a really great card to try and neutralize a few other things. You could use her defensively, but I don't have her leveled, and I'm not gonna do it right now. Man, I really want to leave a card like Pierce in because Pierce is really quite good, but I'm gonna pull him out because if I have Larry and Sue, that's enough right there. Wesley, I love Wesley. He's such an underrated card, but he only does 3 damage, so I'm gonna pull him out, even though I would love to keep him in my deck. We are at 33 stars, and we have 2 cards more than we need, so I need to get rid of 8. So in this case, we're going to need to get rid of Wolf, because that's, unless we're going to pull out 2 4-stars, which I don't really want to. We've got Shirley, or Goob. So basically it's come down to, no, I only need to pull out a 3-star. I can leave both of them in there if I want to. I can pull out a 3-star. I guess, well, let's be reckless. Let's be a reckless rescue deck this week. because I think having a couple more of the high 4-star cards, the Scott LD is, honestly, if I was going to pull a card, I would probably be Scott. But he is DR for me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take out Cleo, because at only 5-3, that's not really what I want to have in my deck, based on what I'm seeing right now. So we got a little bit more here. We've unlocked basically what we want. Alright, I think this is going to be our preset for now then. Anita, Scott LD, Sue, Dawson, Goob, Joanna, Larry, and Shirley. Your budget rescue mono deck. So let's go ahead and set this as our deck. And get to it. Let's jump right in. Get our 5 matches done. Alright, namesake, please do not be a waste of space and life. The one nice thing is that my own namesake does contribute to the style of play, which I do prefer, which is a little more relaxed, laid back, pilling. Of course, there is a place for being reckless and crazy, but if I have to choose one specific way, I definitely do not want to have to be crazy. So, I'm actually starting low this week because you'll see this in my other video. This from Mac Hen. As you can see, I quit immediately after the Blessed Angel. I want to make sure I mention this again. I know I'm going to mention this in the other video. I want to mention it here as well. If any of you runs across a German player named Paradagian, sorry if I mispronounce your name if you watch this, Paradagian. He was so kind as to basically, as you can see, 14-0, let me have my win. Let me have my win with get my KO with Mac Hen in ELO, and I immediately quit playing ELO because I was just like, I will not have any more of this. Now here's the other funny thing. Notice that when I finished my match with him, I was at 967, and now I'm at 987. I did this on Monday, and it is now Saturday. And it says specifically that if you do not play matches during the week, your ELO score will return to 1,000. Now, I've never actually done this before because usually I don't go so far under and then come back and check it later, but I've apparently gained 20 ELO points because I haven't touched anything in the last, like, 5 days for ELO, which I think is hilarious that when it says return to 1,000, it also means go back up. So, if you're one of those players that wants to practice ELO but doesn't want, you know, to lose out too much, maybe you should try playing a little bit first on Monday or Tuesday and then let it creep back up after that if you found yourself to be in a little bit of trouble. So we've got 5 matches. We're going to try and dig ourselves out of a hole today. Alright, we're playing against Junzi with Adler, Tanner, Argos, and Lenora. Kind of a hodgepodge of ELO cards here. Lenora. Well, I can't do anything to actually stop Lenora. Wouldn't be surprised to see about 40 on her, because we've got Argos here as well, so she's probably going to go in pretty far. Okay, so if that's right, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe 8 pills, 7 or 8 pills on Lenora. Let's go with 8 just to be safe. That'd be 64. I've got mono, so that's 12, so 50, 52, 7, I'm gonna need 8 pills as well. Really? I don't think that's right. Oh, that's really sad if it's true. Well, I'm gonna, you know, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. There's no way that I can throw that many pills on Larry. In good conscience, there's no way I can do that. I would rather set myself up for a good win lane. I'm still gonna play Larry because it's gonna force a few pills from Lenora. But there's no way I'm gonna go that far in. Yeah, okay, so there was a decent amount of pilling. So I wouldn't have been unjustified in my guess. However. Okay, so I'm expecting now to see basically Argos with nothing, because that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Anita, because even if he goes in with Adler or Tanner or anything, he cannot KO me right now. So I'm gonna play Anita, but I'm gonna play one extra pill just in case he's trying to be cheeky and decides to do something else. Because he wants to gain back all of his pills to get to 11. He will get back to 11, but we will be tied, and then when he has to play first, I can choose whether or not I can just match basically Goob with Tanner, and I can match Shirley with Adler, and everything will work out peachy keen because he has no more pill gain ability right now, and I am rescue. So as you can see, winning with Anita, that is 6 damage, which puts me 1 above, and now the game is a lock. Hey, battle 1. This moves us up to ELO 1004. Woo! We're back to normal. Living on a prayer. So, we're looking for at least a win and a tie, or we're looking for 3 wins in order to stay above 1000 ELO this week. Yay, Scott LD. Alright, so here we're playing level 55 from Brazil, Kalibak. Underscore. I don't know how to say underscore. Anyway, Alexandria, Geo, Grace, and Lindsay versus Goob, Larry, Scott, LD, and Sue. Alright, so obviously Grace is someone we need to look out for, but thankfully I am a pain, and I can reduce Grace so that she will not get as much of a pill bonus. Alexandria is the heaviest hitter here. Lindsay, I love Lindsay as a concept for a card, but with only 2 damage, she's completely useless. There's no reason to ever put her in your deck, in my opinion. If they had made her, 3 or 4 damage, then okay, that would make sense, but as an 8-2, she's absolutely useless to me. I see no point in having her. That would be 8-2 with that ability on a 2-star as a rare. That would be okay. But on a 3-star, it's not enough damage here. So we've got Grace, honestly, probably playing it extremely safe right now. Maybe there's a Fury, maybe not, but regardless, I'm going to go ahead and make myself known. Scott LD. What are the chances? She's probably played just enough to not lose too many. I'll go to 28. Why not? Just because I want to make sure that she's actually played. Yeah, there we go. That's what we were hoping for. I figured she probably, well, she. Why do I keep saying she? For Grace, I guess. I figured Grace probably would not want to come out with too many because normally you would want to play a lot on Grace, but knowing that there's potential DR, you wouldn't want to fall too far behind on pills, but they would expect me to kind of calculate for the exact amount of pills that would be needed, and so if I had 1 or 2 pilled, then that would have made sense. So 5 seemed safe on that bet. Alright, so now what do we have? We've got Geo, Alexandria, and Lindsay. So what we need to do is use every ounce of our strength to make sure that Geo does not match up with Goob. That is the biggest issue that we will run into right now. So I think what we're going to do instead is just throw Sue. Because since we've won our first round, ultimately all I really need to do is create this kind of damage gap that can't be overcome. And with Lindsay, with Revenge, there's really no point in throwing a large person, a large card like Goob. Goob would just get me in trouble with Geo, so Larry or Sue both made sense, but I'm potentially wasting Larry's ability with Lindsay. Lindsay does have the ability to absolutely cripple. I would have saved Lindsay. Alright, you got your 2 damage, but you've lost so many pills in doing this. I mean, was the 2 damage really worth it? I don't think it was, because now you have Geo. You are going to be able to get 1 more, so here's the thing, if you get to 70, I'm going to be able to beat you no matter what. I mean, this game is essentially over, because even with -4, you cannot do enough damage. This game is a lock, because Geo, as you can see, is going to go against Larry. It doesn't matter, even with the Fury. Well, even with the Fury now, I can Fury. That's the problem with trying to think of, like, if I Fury, I can catch them off guard in round 3. You never want to Fury in round 3 unless you are guaranteeing the fact that I will not be able to out-Fury you in round 4. It just logically does not make a whole lot of sense. Because I can just Fury back if I didn't play as many pills as you. And for me, especially with Rescue, I'm playing a waiting game. I'm playing the old-in game. Just sit back and let your opponent make the mistake before you do anything. And I mean, this is a really horrible way to play. I mean, it's really sad, you know, being able to do this with Rescue, but this is one of the reasons why so many newer players, especially a few years ago, were I say bum rushing, but we're really rushing to get a lot of the Rescue cards and start playing Rescue, because they're extremely cheap, and they allow you to have this playstyle of basically sit back and wait for your opponent to make a mistake, which is a very viable strategy. I mean, it works quite well. If I went up against a clan with SOB, I'd be absolutely in trouble, for sure. But unfortunately, this is not a clan with SOB, so... Alright, 1022 ELO. We are 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on our official ELO matches for this week. Oh, everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of me now. I don't think that's actually it. Okay, oh dear. Okay, from Spain, I believe. Level 103, Esguazo. Very important is to see what his... okay, very important to see what his avatar is. Okay, we've got Jungo deck, Mono Jungo, or maybe a half deck that drew only the 1/2. Bridge, Mogura, Peg, and Rodney. Okay, so he's got more damage than me. He's got DR, reprisal, stop bonus from Bridge, which is very unfortunate. Honestly, probably my best move is to open with Anita. Opening with Anita means that he cannot stop me with Peg. Like, he could play Rodney, but Rodney would also be at the same disadvantage against Anita. Moagura doesn't make any sense, so honestly, probably the best move would be Bridge. And I don't think they would play more than 6 pills. I know this is really aggressive for Rescue, but I have this feeling that Esguazo is not going to just throw Peg, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, given that I have Shirley left as well as several other very strong cards. It makes a lot of sense to use Bridge now, because Bridge also not only has a lot of damage, but then we'll be able to get by Shirley. Of course, she could save Bridge for later if she wanted to, but getting rid of Bridge or Moigra now would be her best option to avoid Shirley. There's Bridge. If you're going to play Bridge, that means you're going to play a lot of pills, and playing a lot of pills means at least 5 or 6 in yellow. So this pretty much helps seal this match, because now we've removed the largest damage contributor. I still have Shirley left to make sure that Peg doesn't go over 4 damage. That's a sarcastic joke, just in case you didn't get that before. Okay, so we've got Rodney. This is obviously just an attempt to not lose too much. Question is, do I want to go all in with Goob? Probably he's expecting me to get hasty here. If I go all in with Goob, what's that going to be? All in with Goob is going to force 48. He's going to have to go to 49.7. No, I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go all in, though. I'm going to save one pill. Because if he has gone all in, then... I'm pretty sure that ends this conversation right there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. Because there's no way that he can now Fury both of his cards in order to win. He's going to have to play too many. He has no confidence with Moagra. I have my one extra pill. It was very unfortunate for him that I think he was down 1 star. It was really nice to have Anita there. I mean, Anita just opens up a lot of possibilities there. If you can read what your opponent's going to do. This is the problem with building decks like this, is that you kind of, you know what's coming. And this is another one of the reasons why I really enjoy using plus life against opponents. We're at 1042 ELO now. I really enjoy using plus life against opponents and not going for a KO, but kind of going for more than 12 life in the plus life range, because a lot of opponents, like, we've trained ourselves to look at KOs and prepare ourselves for KOs. But a lot of players do not look at and prepare themselves for being out life gapped. That's one of the times I find myself all the time making the same mistake also. Oh, we're playing Junzi again. Oh, Junzi. Oh, Junzi. Oh, Junzi. Oh, Junzi. Okay, so we've got... hopefully Junzi can do a little better this time around, so good luck, Junzi. We've got Tasty Taste, Adler, Sequoia, and Tanner versus Anita, Scott LD, Shirley, and Sue. My namesake is back. We've got lots of DR and Anita. Anyway, as I was saying, it's very easy for me to find myself getting caught off guard by going, oh no, I didn't notice that on round 2, if he Furied with his Jungo card, that the plus life that he gives him won't allow him to KO me, so I thought I was safe. But it turns out he's out life gapped what I'm going to be able to make after this. Oh man, that stinks. So, being able to do that, if you can make decks that will allow you to utilize that kind of function, I find that really catches a lot of people off guard in UR right now, because a lot of people just don't check for that, outside of maybe the really top tier players in events. So we've got Tanner coming at us, damage versus damage op. We obviously don't want to give him a lot of damage. He's got Revenge, Cancel, Life, Mod, so his Sequoia will be able to stop my Anita. But that's okay. I am not too worried about that right now. Doing this doesn't make any sense though. I would rather save Scott, wouldn't I? I think because it's Tanner, he's not going to play too many. And even if he does, he's going to have to play... He's got 6 there. This is the problem, is if he plays one more pill than me, then I'm in trouble. I don't think he's going to do too many pills, though. So I'm gonna go in a bit. My goal here is to probably do what the last opponent was trying to do to me. Okay, which is to force me to play stronger, because I've done quite a bit of damage now. None of his cards can do more than 6 damage, and so that's gonna make things slightly more difficult for him at this point. Now my hope is to pull out Sequoia, I guess. Let's go ahead and throw one more pill on, just in case he tries to do it even. Honestly, just to be honest here in ELO, adding one pill to rescue is probably not a smart move on my part, because most people are going to expect you to put one or two more pills. That's the way that rescue plays. That's normal. If you were playing with another clan, then that might not be as normal. It might not be quite as expected, but especially with rescue, it's definitely expected. A lot of people are going to be looking out for the two-pill card. Hopefully Scott LD does not weigh me down this time. One of the nice things with two pills, though, for a card like Scott LD is it's going to be 14 plus the 12, which is going to put you at 26, which puts you just above the 8 power, meaning that Tasty Taste will have to go ahead and pill at least 4 in order to win, which is good for me, because now I need to close that pill gap, and it can guarantee that I need to do that. Doesn't really help any more, though, I guess, than 0 pilling and having him call it exactly. So I guess overall in such a situation it would almost be better. But watch me eat my words. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, 40. Okay, so he has gone in quite a bit with Tasty Taste. If I'd saved my other pill, we would have been pill for pill even, which would have been slightly more desirable. Why would you play Sequoia first? Why? Why would you do that? Okay, because 8 times 9, 8 times 9 is going to be 72, which I only need to get to 60. Oh, I can't do that with Anita. Okay, however, let's see, if I pull his 8 down to a 7 with Adler, 7 times 9 is 63, 51, still can't hit it with that. Oh, I think he thinks he's got me. Is there a way to do this? Because he's gonna do 6 damage. I shouldn't have played that extra pill. Well done, Jimsy. Well done. However, if I do it this way, I'm gonna see if this works. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. If it does, awesome. If it doesn't, so be it. Okay, so he played Sequoia with nothing. So I just said that you shouldn't Fury first unless you're sure you're gonna win. But at this point, we knew that we were probably gonna lose. So here, now I have done more than his normal amount. And now I'm going to be able to reduce him with Sue. 5 pills on Sue is going to give me 30 plus the 12 from Rescue is 42. He's going to be reduced to 7, and he's going to be forced to Fury, which is going to take away more of the pills, and he wants more pills, because the more pills he has, the more he can make up for the Rescue bonus. So if he's only got 6, that's going to be 42 as well. I'm going to tie him. He cannot... Oh, Junzi, oh... Pulled that one back from the dead. Okay. Wow, that should have been a tie at least. Wow, that was well played, Junzi. Well done. Especially, I should not have played that extra pill. I should not have played that extra pill there. Anyway, so 1055 ELO. We have won our 4th match. We're 4-0. Really good job, Junzi. I really want to say that was a lot better than our first match, I think. Oh, and now we have Fat Lax from Jamaica, I believe. Level 87, sporting a Snorlax. We have the new Bangers card, Joy. Oh, I am not happy to see this. I mean, I am happy to see her because she's awesome. And we're fighting Bangers and Montana. So we got Joy, Krink LD, Dr. Elisa, and Mona. Dr. Elisa would be a good first card. Especially versus Anita. You know, I'm just going to be crazy. I don't even care at this point. You know, like, we've already won 4 matches. I don't need to be insane. Either he's going to go in really big with Joy, or he's going to play a lot with Dr. Elisa, because there's no DR here, and having Anita come out first, obviously he knows that I'm going to play a lot of pills for this. The question is going to be if Fat Lax thinks he can out-pill me. could get in trouble if he goes in really far with Mona. Anyway, we'll see how this turns out. I'm expecting either Joy with a lot of pills or Dr. Eliza with a lot of pills. Maybe he'll just do Dr. Eliza with a few pills, medium amount, maybe 3 or 4. Or I wouldn't be surprised to see Joy with maybe 8 or 9 even, if he's willing to go really crazy. But he may just go Joy with 7, like a normal opening, which is what I'm hoping for, because I think Anita can still beat Joy, even if Joy goes in quite a bit. Ideally, what I think Fatlax probably should do is just throw off Crink LD, because I don't have any cards that are going to be good copying for Crink LD, and so Crink LD is a lost card. It would make a lot of sense for Fatlax to throw off on Crink. So if we see Crink here, then that would make a lot of sense for him as probably his best move. Hopefully this has put some pressure on him, and I'm hoping that this causes Fatlax to go in quite a bit with his pills, and cross our fingers, hopefully Anita has enough pills. If he plays no pills, then we're done. You know, this match is mostly over. We do have the bonus of having Scott LD and Shirley and Sue, so we are going to be able to reduce quite a bit of the damage. So he may be worried if I all-in Furied, maybe even. But that wouldn't make any sense, because in that case that would make him want to save Dr. Elisa, so if you see a large pill, it's probably going to be Joy. Either that, or, you know, it's just going to time out because Fatlax left. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to be one of those people that waits until the last second to play. Oh. People that do this in ELO, if they wait to the last second, makes me so sad. Oh, timeout. Timeout. That's not how we wanted to end our 5th match. Well, 1073 ELO. We're 5 and 5. 5 for 5. Dare we play one more? Dare we play one more? Alright. I promise you guys 5 matches, and that doesn't really count as a match, so let's go ahead and play one more. $102 players. Oh no! Oh! Alright, so here's where we get to see whether or not I'm actually good at playing Rescue. Level 76. I'm sorry, I don't know this country's flag. Bet Nash. Dr. Alma, Hawkins, Ironjaw, and Talgin. So we cannot overpill because of Ironjaw. We cannot underpill because of Hawkins. We are overall in just a bad situation. We do have Joanna, though. That's most excellent. My best bet here is there isn't a whole lot of damage going on, so I have chances to catch him off guard. Hawkins. Let's see what he did. Let's see if we can put some real pressure on by hitting with Goob early. Yeah, there we go. That's some nice pressure to put on Ironjaw and the rest. Goob is... Honestly, I don't really like Goob as much of a card, but if you can catch people off guard with him early, he is one extremely deadly card. Okay, next let's go ahead and go with Anita. Probably expecting me to go all in. All I really want to do is prevent an easy Ironjaw plus 7. Let's not go all in, but let's go pretty far in. The reason I want to play more pills rather than less is in case he goes a few more than me with Dr. Alma, or if he plays Talgin, Oh man. If I win this, then the game is over because I don't think he can out-Fury me as well. We got very lucky with our draw of cards here, minus not having any actual DR. Okay, Dr. Alma. Oh, the question is, do they go really far in? Oh, yes! Okay, so the problem now, next problem is making sure that Iron Jaw does not get his bonus. So basically, if I keep Sue, 7, he can't overdouble me, and yeah, so I'll get my 1 DR on Iron Jaw, and I don't think he can get overdouble my amount and use Fury. So all I have to do is really prevent his Furies here. This game, I think, is all but over. As soon as he plays Talgen, I'll just throw Joanna, and then with Iron Jaw, I'll go all in with Sue. Good game, Betnash. The one downside to Hawkins is that because he's only 2 damage, you can generally expect that people aren't going to go that far in with him in pills, and so that is what gave me the courage or the gumption to actually throw Goob with so many pills. Okay guys, so it looks like we didn't make it to 1100 this week, but we're at 1087 ELO with our rescue budget deck, bearing Scott LD, my namesake, in it as well. Ultimately, this deck went 6 and 6 for 6. We had 1 timeout. You can see that this worked against the SOB deck as well, but we did get a pretty good draw for that one. I don't know what would have happened otherwise. You're going to have to make the right calls when you run up against an SOB deck like that, but obviously this is a very viable ELO deck. Rescue is still very, very strong. Very much the kind of thing that I do not want to see in ELO. But please feel free to go ahead and give this deck a try if you are interested. Again, I hope you were able to enjoy the ELO this week. Again, thank you so much to everyone, 100 subscribers. I'm just so excited and happy to be able to hit this milestone that honestly I didn't think I'd ever make. As another quick shout out, if you've been looking at the Arcade Headquarters 3 at all, the forum page for Headquarters 3, there's been a lot of talk in there about what's going on, and Jealous mentioned, one of the admins of this game mentioned that my old beta video was actually helpful in them kind of deciding how to try and move forward. So I'm really excited. That was a huge pick-me-up for me. Thank you so much. You are, if you get this at all, Boostr. Thank you. I'm really glad that my video was able to help if it was at all, and if you have any other questions, please let me know. So 1087 ELO, thanks again for watching, guys. I got one quick question for you today, since this is my 100 subscribers. I'm really curious, because I think this would be a really good question to ask. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you could make one change about the new site. You only get to change one thing on the new UR site. What would you change? Maybe if we kind of put this kind of thing together, maybe I can place it forward before another one of the admins and say, hey, look, I asked my my viewers what one change they would make. So if you're looking for feedback, solid feedback on if there could only be one more change in UR, what would it be? Maybe they'll be able to get some more information as to where they should head next, assuming they, you know, listen to my channel again at all. Anyway, thank you guys so much for everything. Again, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends, and don't forget to leave that comment down below with what one change you would make is, and don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Xonia, and you've been in the zone.